What's happening, everybody? JayShockblast here, and we are here to show off another custom character. I haven't done one in a couple days, and I'm pretty excited about this one. I couldn't quite do everything that I wanted, but I came pretty close to being there, and I guess I'll settle for what I got. So let's go ahead and check him out. We're going to go right past some of my characters, and we are going to go right to You Know Nothing, Jon Snow. That is right, Jon Snow, straight out of Game of Thrones, and I think he looks pretty good. His hair's a little too long, and there's a couple options you might decide to go with. I decided to go with this. His face is a little older than I would have liked, but it's literally the only bearded character with a black beard, and honestly, the actual facial hair does fit him very well. As far as everything else, let's just go ahead and check it out. So for hair, I went with French braid. We can come back to this. I also considered long ponytail, which I'll be honest, it actually kind of works for him. And I think I also considered a shorter style. I think I considered this right here, but I thought it was just a little too short. So you can probably do it any. Oh, I also considered this as well, but again, a little too short. This actually probably is the best one for him, but I picture him just with longer hair. He actually probably looks the most accurate this way. I just wish this was a little longer. You know what? Actually, I might have sold myself on this being the way to do it. Yeah, you know what? I think that actually looks more like him. So even though it's a little short, we're going to go with it. What I really wanted to do is I really wanted to use Kraven's attachment. But there literally is not a single shred of hair you can use with this attachment. I also don't know if I would have been able to use the cape, which isn't necessarily meant to represent just a cape. He does always wear like a very long jacket, and he has worn some form of a cape before as well. So, I mean, this is the King of the North version of Jon Snow as far as I'm concerned. So, I had to nix the Kraven piece because you just literally can't do it. I did give him a little bit of fluff on his arms. That is Black Cat's arms. You can use a number of things. You can use it as just plain black, but I wanted to give him a little bit of fluff there, and then it kind of matches his chest piece. For his body, I used this is Vulture. This is Vulture from Spider-Man: Homecoming. Excuse me. So there's definitely a few ways you could do it. I felt like this was the best way to get that kind of hide, kind of like hairy, like I don't know if it's like bear wool or whatever look for him. You know, obviously if we could have used Kraven, I would have loved to have used this Thor piece, and we could have the Kraven piece on top of it, but I can't have a bald Jon Snow. That's just a total no. I also considered using this piece right here, and especially if I could have used that Kraven little puffy, you know, collar. I definitely would have used that, but I feel like Vulture's, with it already having kind of like that bomber jacket look, is definitely the closest for Jon Snow. It also has a couple of those little buckles and stuff, and he's got lots of like stuff like that. So I felt like that was really good. As far as the hands go, black. He always wears black gloves. You know, cape. I gave him the pointed cape. I wanted a shorter cape. I didn't want like the Superman straight cape. I also considered this one right here, but it was just a teensy bit short. And this is honestly just a little long, but whatever. I think it works and it's close enough. And for legs, I mean, his pants are typically pretty standard. He does wear like shaggy boots sometimes, kind of like the like cloak that he wears with all like the bear skin or whatever type of animal it's supposed to be. I think that is sometimes on his boots, but we'll settle for this. It is a Winter Soldier's leg piece. Just has one little strap there. I picture that being like not a gun holster, obviously, but like a knife strap or something like that. So there we go. And then obviously I gave him a broadsword for a sword. So we go down into the swords, which we were already at. Long sword, I'm sorry. I thought about the butter knife, but I like the long sword. It's much longer. Obviously Gladius we don't want to do. He has long claw, so it is a huge Valerian steel sword. Obviously we can't get the wolf on the handle, but what can you do? So it is what it is. I think it works just fine. As far as abilities go, I really just gave him very basic abilities, just grapple and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and get out of here. We'll just go right on over to Manhattan. Fast travel. So here he is. You know nothing, Jon Snow. I'm sorry, but that is a pretty solid Jon Snow, if I must say so. You can't not look at that and say, oh, that's absolutely Jon Snow. Let's see if there's anybody that we can fight real quick. I did give him double jump. That's really the only thing that I might have gone out of the way to do. Yeah, I made him pretty realistic. I gave him like vine cut. I think I might have given him wall. I don't think I actually gave him wall climb. No, I didn't. I thought about giving him wall climb. Not that I really think he can climb walls, but I thought it might be a decent little thing to give him to make him kind of useful. I did give him like crack walls, so he's a little strong. Oh, look at the way he swings. He definitely has the Jon Snow kind of look to him, even in combat. And bam. So pretty standard. Oh, I gave him like lunge, and he can like boomerang throw, and he can also lunge at stuff. Oh wait, we didn't. I guess we can't lock on to that. So there we go. So.
Turns out the Cave of Dragons did have an actual dragon inside. Somebody owes me a blue stud.
So yeah, man, Jon Snow, King of the North. Pretty awesome custom, I think. Let's go ahead and look at his card. There he is, Jon Snow. And I gave him beam deflect as well and dig. So, from a realm where powerful abilities are commonplace, Jon Snow has recently arrived in Chronopolis with the goal of bringing Kang the Conqueror to justice for his many intergalactic crimes. Now, after successfully navigating through the nexus of all realities, this determined detective is finally close to catching the time-traveling tactician. I mean, that's not that bad for Jon Snow, I think that's a pretty solid little bio for Mr. King of the North. The nephew of dragons, if you will. So I like it. I'm a huge Game of Thrones fan, so being able to make Jon Snow was definitely awesome for me. And I hope you guys enjoyed checking out Mr. Jonathan Snow, or is it Jonathan Targaryen, or is it is it Aegar Targaryen? I forgot what his Targaryen name is, but he'll always be Jon Snow to me. And you know what they say, you know nothing, Jon Snow. We'll see ya.